Hi, Kanaya. Apologies for a couple of minutes
Hi,
of
Rishi. No
delay.
issue.
Hi, hi,
So
hi. Haji.
we are anyway late, so let's begin the show.
Let's begin.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday evening. Uh, our today's webinar topic is BFSI 2025 opportunities, bottlenecks, and why CFP is the career multiplier. The BFSI sector is booming, but sustainable growth depends on professionals who can integrate investment, taxation, insurance, retirement, and estate planning into solutions that truly work. That's where CFP makes the difference. A global credential that provides credibility, faster growth, and the human first factor that even AI can't replace. To make to take this deeper into, we have Rishi Narang sir. He is a certified financial planner with over 15 plus years of experience. As a staff faculty at ICFP, he has mentored future leaders while guiding countless individuals towards a stronger financial future. Please join me to welcome DC Narang sir.
Thank
Friends,
you.
just a ground rule, we have kept everyone on mute just to ensure that when Rishi sir speak, we all can hear him without any kind of interference. But it doesn't deter you asking your questions. You can always ask your question in the chat box, and we will not leave any question unanswered. Thank you so much. Over to you, Rishi. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanaya. And thanks a lot, everybody, to join in today for this webinar. Friends, I hope we have Bhuvneshwar, you're saying you can't listen your voice, you can't listen to us. Just check. Others, I think I'm loud and clear, right? You can see me waving hands and so on. Right. So thanks a lot for joining in today on this Saturday morning, friends. I'm sure we'll have a very good discussion whereby things that are or should be discussed today are what we're going to look at and see how the BFSI industry and how the CFP profession, gels up together very well. This is the perfect opportunity, and that's what I'm here for. Okay, so let me just share my slides and let's begin from there. Friends, uh, one second. Right. Absolutely. Let's begin. I'm also very excited. So BFSI 2025 opportunities, bottlenecks, and why CFP is the career multiplier. Friends, let's start. So friends, if you look at this right now, the banking, financial services, and insurance industry today in India is, what is the size of this industry? It is roughly $4 trillion. And when I say $4 trillion, let's just convert it into rupees. It's roughly around, I would say, 330 lakh crore. It's huge. In fact, just to let you know, the BFSI industry of India, right, is uh, BFSI industry of India is even bigger than many countries, the GDP of many countries in the world. So I can certainly say the industry itself is bigger than many countries. Any of our neighbors, just see their GDPs and you will find they're much smaller than even this industry of India. It's an engine, guys, and it has grown very well in the last 2 decades, I would say, and the future looks extremely bright. So if I just have to give you a little specifications here, the banking sector, friends, which is the major dominant entity within the BFSI, is roughly around $3 trillion. And the interesting aspect is that 80% adult penetration has already happened. So which means 80% of people in India have bank accounts, which is such a big thing to have in a country which has got more than 1.4 billion people, 140 crore, more than that, right? The insurance industry, right? Smaller in size, but growing at an exorbitantly good, rate of 17% roughly on an average. But just see that despite the fact that the government has, tried to open up the sector, bringing in private companies, a lot of people we know, right? Our friends, folks, they work in the insurance sector, right? Continuing to drive the insurance essence in the minds of Indians. But the penetration, mota moti guys, is only 3%. It is just 3%. Think about the opportunity this sector has. Mutual funds, friends, fantastic growth. Since last year, September, the markets are not performing, but SIPs are continuing. People are pumping in money because they understand they understand that this is the time to put money in the market because it's a low time you can always keep on doing it, right? So Indians have turned to become disciplined. They are in that process and they're doing very well on that. 18 crore demat accounts, friends. You understand demat accounts is basically for trading of shares and let's say ETFs and so on and so forth. 18 crore demat accounts, friends. That's the kind of a penetration. And then on top of it, friends, we have the third largest fintech ecosystem globally. Think about it, India, the third largest ecosystem in fintech. Some of our fintech firms are doing brilliantly, friends. And how many UPI transactions, friends, do we have? It is 17 billion, right? Which is 1700 crores. Mota moti, I don't know what is the latest, but this is like 1 or 2 months before that I saw. 1700 crore UPI transactions. We all do them. They're so seamless, right? And it is so convenient to move around with, that this UPI and all of that with you. In fact, this is a case study abroad, how India has actually taken it forward. Right. So then the point, friends, is very clear is that this is a very dynamic industry. And one of the major, areas, avenues of employment in the future. And what's the trend? What is the expectation, friends? I've tried to work around this. I've tried to actually look into how does the trend look like. You don't really get one number, but based on my discussion with people in the industry, based on the reports I read, so on and so forth, the expectation is that by the time India is a 100-year-old country, right, 2047, the expectation is this industry will grow 20 times. It is going to become huge. So this decade and the next decade, my dear friends, is actually of the BFSI industry. Right? I am part of it. You are part of it or not, I don't know, but you can, of course, look at the kind of dynamism. You can look at the kind of potential it has. Let's go to the next slide. And a very interesting thing, friends, here is this, that it's not about getting the industry right now, friends, as the evolution of various industries happen. So BFSI, jo aapka sector hai, it's not right now about getting more clients. It's right now about deepening of relationships. It's right now about the change in trend, the transformation that's happening. Financialization of savings. Friends, Indians are right now understanding. Gone are the days then when only investments used to be in gold, in real estate, in FDs. People are understanding the advantages of SIPs, mutual funds, sahi hai, exchange traded funds, REITs, alternative investment funds, mutual funds, AIFs. Now we have the latest entrant, which is the right SIFs, specialized investment funds, where you can make an investment of roughly 10 lakh rupees. And the other great story that is coming, which is, I read this in one of the latest reports from Julius Baer. By the way, Julius Baer, friends, is a global leading wealth management firm, right? They have set up offices in India. The last thing I heard from them is that they're expanding very quickly in India today. Okay, so Julius Baer says that roughly around that's their assessment, $1.3 trillion, which is roughly, I would say, 100 lakh crore, is the amount of wealth that's going to shift from the previous generation to the millennials. Friends, this is huge money. And this money that we get, there will be a change in the way we invest and how our previous generations used to do it. So there's a big market that's opening up because of this transition of wealth from one generation to the next. I'm sure everyone, friends, many of us are aware that we are going to get good amount of wealth from our previous generations, right? And how do we really invest it? How do we really make the most of it is the question today. So it's not about anything. It's about our requirement to understand how do we really make investments? How do we really turn this money, this wealth from the previous generation to really take it to the next level of wealth and use it for our advantage and our future generations. Friends, then the third very interesting thing is that tier 2 and tier 3 search. The future lies there, friends. The major cities have had their growth, they have been dominant, yes, but the future is in tier 2, tier 3 the cities. That's going to be the next hub for growth in terms of advisors, in terms of clients, in terms of the next big financial institutions. Today, somebody calls me and says, that I'm thinking of moving to Delhi, Mumbai for my career. I say, don't do it. It's not required. You will get job opportunities there because that's the way the BFSI industry today is focusing on tier 2, tier 3 because there is the next set of growth, the wealth that's going to be there. And friends, all of this transformation in India today is backed by technology, AI-driven advisory, right? You have these DIY apps, right? Which help, they've made it very, very easy to invest, right? But I would say they've made it very easy to penetrate in the market and to really start investments. Starting investment के लिए these apps are very, very efficient, right? I'm not talking about the major essence of wealth, which is, or goals, which is retirement and so. There you can't really trust these because you can't depend on such a big important thing. But yes, starting के लिए they have really, really supported the idea which the BFSI industry had. So there is, friends, you see, there is a big market which is going to move up 20 times. And there is a transformation that's happening. All of it is showing that this is a very dynamic industry right now. Let's go ahead. Now, while there is an opportunity, friends, there is also, if I would put it largely, friends, there is also an equal opportunity. We used to study when we were in college, demographic dividend, a very young population. But friends, we've experienced this in case of India, that if you have a very young population, but you don't really have very good job opportunities, very good career opportunities, then that demographic dividend doesn't really work in the favor of the economy. Correct? So that is something we have seen, we have faced. I'm sure you all are aware of it. And I don't want, and this is what I'm seeing right now, that this is a similar thing which is happening in the BFSI. The opportunity is great. Certainly, I showed you the numbers. We all can understand. But there is a bottleneck. According to, this is a very latest report, friends. You can download it, which is basically the specialists in this business, recruiting, Mercer and Metal. The Mercer Metal 2025 research report says on employment and things that Indian graduates are not ready. They are not ready to fulfill this demand. There is a gap. According to the report, only 42%, 43% of our graduates are employable. Big question. Why don't they have skills? That's a bigger question. There is a communication gap. They don't really have those kind of skill sets. There is gap in terms of leadership skills because you're not being trained on that. Innovation, problem-solving skills are not there. So even if there is an opportunity, there could be a big miss because the people are not really up to the requirement of the industry. Right? And what is really happening? What is the BFSI still facing? They're saying that we end up only being product specialists. Everything is all about product, product, product. But what about the client? What about the goals? What about the transformation? What about his financial independence? What about Indians really getting independent, wealthy, so on and so forth? That's a collective decision by the industry. But they need qualified people to get along on this journey. So there is a bottleneck as I can see it. The regulators, of course, understand this point. They do understand, RBI understands, SEBI understands, RITI understands that it is the time that we have to shift from product. Because products में mis-selling हो सकती है. It is possible. So what is the kind of a profession? What kind of professionals we want? What kind of professions today India needs to create to bridge or to address this concern of the BFSI industry? I don't want it to go. We all don't want it to go the way it has. The demographic dividend didn't work out. Right. So I want to guys take a very interesting example here, which is from the IT industry. Right. Report is basically, Sandeep, this is Mercer Metal 2025 report. It came couple of days back. Okay, so continuing on this, friends, I just want to take a leaf or want to take a trend that we can discuss right now is from the IT industry. What happened in early 2000s when the IT revolution started globally? Right? The firms, the global firms, they approached India and they said, and this trend started, and of course in India. So they were not looking, the skill set requirement there was not a graduate, right? So they wanted an engineer. And the Indian, very smartly, the Indian education system was smart enough to bring in those skill sets via the IT engineering, via the computer science engineering. And what really happened? When the demand and the supply met perfectly, you had the IT revolution in India, right? Roughly 4 million people are employed today, which is 40, 45 lakh, and then families and all of it. We all have seen, I'm sure each one of us has people who have exposure to the IT revolution. They've really made a good living, a good life because they were able to provide, or the education system was able to provide the requirement of the industry. And friends, this is it. What I say is the transformation of BFSI from that 4 trillion, right? 20 times will not happen, right? That will not happen if the skill gap is there. They don't really find the right people. They don't find the right leadership within their hierarchies. So the answer to this question is the Certified Financial Planner certification, which is the gold standard. Because friends, as a CFP myself, and before that as a product guy, there's a complete change in mindset. Client first, goals, and holistic view. And this is what the BFSI needs today to grow. So the 2000 IT revolution, the 2025, and I said up to 2047, these 2 decades are BFSI revolution. And CFP is the gold standard, the best certification that people can do to address this today. Let us just look at a bit about the CFP certification. Friends, it's not only an Indian recognition, it is recognized in 27 territories worldwide, and even I think 28 now. Fiduciary standards. Friends, there are some standards of, practicing standards are there. So there's some ethics that we have to follow. Things that I've not seen in any of my previous education. Because we are representing the profession and we are for the client. We are not for the product. We are here to advise. We are here to provide holistic advice. And how do we really get all of it that I'm just telling it? There's a comprehensive coverage on investments, on taxation, on insurance, on retirement, on succession, anything and everything that is required for an individual's financial management, for an individual's financial life. How do you really transform it? That is the part of the curriculum. And what about the industry validation? Friends, I've always learned this. This is my experience. You are valued in an organization, in an industry, because till the time you're creating value. For a CFP certification, friends, the regulators understand it. They appreciate it. The clients understand that they are not only about products, they are for solutions, comprehensive solutions. And the employers understand that these are the people who will be able to get good business. If I have to give you an example about my parent organization, Bajaj Capital, the CFPs that are employed there, I've seen the kind of respect that they hold in front of the juniors and the seniors. Right? That's the kind of respect, because they see that you are at a stature, you are one of the leaders of future. The industry needs you. Let me go to the next slide, friends. So what all do we get when we pursue or when we've completed the CFP professional CFP certification? International mobility. Friends, as I said, it's recognized in 27 countries. So it opens doors for me to move from, let's say, India to US to UK to Australia and so on and so forth. The foundation is ethics. The foundation is being fiduciary, client first. Thought process is different. We are for the client. Approach will always be holistic. The mindset change happens in this journey, friends. That has happened with me as well. And then you are also part of an elite network. Most of the guys who pursue CFP are right now in senior positions and leaders in the BFSI. Same is the case with my organization, Bajaj Capital. So it brings you technical skills, it brings you, let's say, soft skills, critical thinking to address a lot of things that we were not doing before. And this is the requirement of the industry today. So as I was saying that the industry has a question, CFP is the answer for that. Let me go to the next slide, friends. Now, there would be a question in your mind that what kind of professions we can look at. Friends, entry level, relationship managers, wealth managers, financial planners, tax planners. You can start with them. Then with couple of years of experience, because of course in any industry as freshers, we need experience. How do we really work out there? Then you can get into wealth management, private banking, family offices, higher wealth advisory roles. And every bank, right? All brokers, every bank, every broker, every entity of the BFSI is understanding that we require wealth as a vertical. And then, as I said, leadership positions. Because friends, please understand, there's a difference. When in my almost 20 years of experience working in the industry, I've seen it's only 10 to 15% who are there for a career. Rest all is jobs, changing from one to the other, to the third, to the fourth. But there are those ones who have a very strong focus on what do we want to achieve, where do we want to reach. So that leadership position is a very thoughtful idea. And this all comes in when you really plucked it together that yes, BFSI has the gap. I do this certification, it addresses the requirement. I am in that league. And of course, friends, as a matter of fact, apart from the jobs that you can do, you can always start your own practice. Entrepreneurial practice ko start karo. You can even start a fintech firm if you want to do that. Because you are a product specialist then, because you know in and out of the things, how things happen, what are the various ways, how finance works. Right? So you can build sustainable businesses. And friends, it's not only about the entry level, the graduates, the mid level in BFSI. It's also about people who want to get into something different. Housewives, why not? You can do CFP, you can do advisory. You can make clients and you can guide them. Right? So gender inclusive opportunities there. Cross-functional skill integration efforts. A lot of IT people are doing it today with us. Mid-career transition, and now you are actually into product. You said, I want to get into advisory. I want to get into wealth. How the transition happens? If I go to my boss and say, I want to do this, that will not happen. He'll say, show me what you've done. I say that I have done CFP. He'll say, yes, you've thought something. You have an idea in your mind. Let's explore it out. So great things, great on offer in the BFSI today, friends. And my last point on this particular part is this, friends, that it's very, very clear, friends. It's everywhere, but I am only focusing on BFSI. That the future belongs to skilled people, friends. We don't need generalists. Nobody needs generalists. Nay, it is possible that you are a generalist, you got a job. But my friends, very, very clearly, 5 years में आपका burnout आएगा, where you'll be questioned in the appraisal, sir, what are you doing? You're doing all of it, right? But how are you evolving? Where is the value add that you're bringing? You bring in a CFP, you all have already done that thing for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. That, yeah, I have already done this gold standard of personal finance education. So, friends, the sector is great. It is the most dynamic sector right now with a lot of job opportunities, growth opportunities, right? And the skill gap is your opportunity. That's your opportunity. It doesn't come every time if you see it, because the demand, the expectation of every firm today who I speak to is the same. We want skilled people. We want people who can do critical thinking, because the markets are getting dynamic. The world has got dynamic. So many things happening. How do we really how do we chase all of it? You need to be a specialist. So, as I always say, that just don't join a job. Think about a career. Think about a long-term career. Think about that leadership position you want to be. I'm sure each one of you have a dream of what you want to do. Where do you want to reach? This is your passport, my dear friends. It addresses a lot of questions in that journey because it's an impeccable mark. Not everybody will do it. You need to have a thought process on what do I want to do, how do I want to do, and where do I see myself. Right? So, ready to lead. Be ready to lead and not just follow. Okay. So, friends, now I'll give you a little brief about the CFP, how the CFP program is, handled and pursued at ICFP. So let's just look at a couple of those points also now. Okay. So one thing I just wanted to mention, which I feel is a unique point of the certification, is that please understand that if you join, there are two pathways. I'm right now only talking about the regular pathway where there are 4 levels. So a unique thing about this program is that this is you get a certification, you get a recognition by the FPSB board after every level. So it's not that like any other thing whereby if you've done, let's say, half of it, then you are not anywhere. But here, let's say if you've done 2 levels, then you, let's say after level 1, you are an investment planning specialist recognized by FPSB and recognized in 27 countries, 28 countries now. Similarly, when you do level 2, which is retirement and tax planning specialist, so the recognition is happening there and then. The typical time, friends, which this certification, CFP certification takes is roughly, I would say, 4 to 5 months to 1 year, because of the different pathways that I'll explain. Let's go ahead. The minimum eligibility, friends, is 10 plus 2, right? 18 years. So there is no restriction in terms of what stream you come from. Okay. And one more thing is in terms of the experience requirement is 3 years, which of course, as an alternative is that you can do 1 year of supervised articleship on a hybrid basis with us. A lot of people are doing it. It's very convenient, not at all to worry about. Now, I just want to go and explain you a little bit about the modules or the kind of levels we have. So friends, first is investment planning specialist, which is level 1. Now, there are 3 modules here, friends. First is the personal financial management, where we teach you how do you really assess the financial position of a client? What is his net worth? Can you really help him to improve his finances? Yes, we can. We can teach you that. Then time value of money, debt reduction strategies. So a lot of things are there. Second is investment planning and asset management, major asset classes. Okay, how do they really operate? What is the behavior? what is risk profiling, what is asset allocation, right? Behavioral biases, psychology of investments, investment theories, the complete end-to-end package of the word investments is taught in level 1. Third is regulatory environment, legal compliance, friends. The BFSI industry, friends, is a regulated industry sector. You have RBI, you have SEBI, all the others, and so we have to be aware of all of it, and that is what is taught to you as a requisite in the CFP curriculum. Second is, friends, level 2, which is retirement and tax planning specialist. Retirement, friends, is the most important goal of anybody and the most underfunded, if you ask me. Millennials, there was a study I read, and of course, I was asked some questions on that, and then they sent me the report on that, which said at least 70% of millennials like me feel we are underfunded in retirement. We are putting money, but we don't really know whether that is sufficient. God knows. We don't know. Ye problem. Tax planning, friends, a major essence of the entire financial planning process or the program. Because we need to be very clear. We have to guide the client absolutely correct in terms of what is the investment option, what are you going to get on exit, so on and so forth. Right? So you're going to get training on all the 5 sources of income, right? What are the taxations, capital gains, be it salary, be it house property, be it other sources, business profession, so on and so forth. IFRS, GAAP, everything. Coming to level 3, risk and estate planning specialist. Friends, insurance, risk planning insurance is the major component for protection of downside. We all understand how expensive the healthcare facilities are in India today. And life has also gone a little uncertain. And then, friends, succession planning, estate planning. This is a unique subject, friends, because while our job is to guide clients to, grow wealth, but how is that wealth going to transition to the next generation, or what do they really want to do with it? Do they want to give it in charity, philanthropy, or they want to give it to their legal heirs, next generations? Whatever may be the plan, we should be aware about it. So we'll train you on how do you really guide clients on everything, gifts, private trusts, wills, anything that you talk about, we discuss all of it. Now coming to the CFP final level. So here, friends, there are 2 things that we have to do. One is we have to appear in a final exam. And second is we have to submit a financial plan. All that we've learned in the journey, we have to execute it here. We have to submit a financial plan to the board for approval. Okay, so once this is done, your journey is complete. So in a regular pathway, as I said, it roughly takes 10 months. In a fast track pathway, which I'll discuss, it is much faster. Now, why should you choose International College of Financial Planning to pursue CFP? Friends, we are the first, we are the pioneer in this business. In fact, CFP, the Certified Financial Planner certification, was brought to India by ICFP way back in 2002. And today we are the largest premium educational partner of FPSP. Most of the faculties, we have more than 20 faculties, I would say, addressing only CFP, coaching only CFP candidates. And minimum to minimum, everybody is a CFP. But many of them are with multiple qualifications and experiences, entrepreneurship, and other kind of things. So that, in this 1-year journey, we want the candidates to transform from someone maybe who's not exposed to someone who is aware of all this dynamism that happens here. In fact, friends, along with that, we also have a team of mentors who who are there to support the candidates. Those mentors are CFP pass outs by CFP. The highest number of CFP certificates is ours. In fact, all leaders in the BFSI today, if they are CFP, they are ICFP analysts. Many of them are also on SEBI board. Right? So that is the kind of a connect that we have. And that's the kind of a thing that we keep on adding here. Awards. Just look at the kind of awards ICFP is won. So I just want to show this slide once to you that we are leaders in this business. Friends, just a list of the faculties who are training our candidates, right? So you can see people are also from IIMS, right? Friends, our ICFP D, Ms. Madhu Sinha, she was awarded the Educator of the Year award for 2023-24 last year. They said the awards are still, I mean, we still have time to submit the proposals, but this is last year, so we won. That's the kind of dominance we have in teaching CFP in India. In terms of study options, friends, now you will have two options. One is a virtual live classes, which means on a Zoom platform, you're going to come. There'll be a set of people like you, like-minded people like you sitting, and you will have a faculty like me coming and teaching. The sessions here, friends, happen on weekdays and weekends, right? And you also get access to the state-of-the-art learning management system. The other side, friends, is if people who can't really commit to a specific time in a week or so, then there is an e-learning option, which is basically, it is a DIY model. You get access to the recorded sessions, you get access to the LMS, do it as per your speed. But of course, the handholding is there. The handholding is there. Sanjeev, you want to see the faculties? Yes, just guys, 1 second, I will just go back. Yes, Sanjeev. Okay. So I'll now move forward. Okay. So, so as I was saying, e-learning is a DIY model where you can access at your own pace. But of course, the handholding is our responsibility. When you decide to go for exams or even before that, we'll continue handholding you, giving you refresher sessions, doubt sessions, so on and so forth. India's most comprehensive CFP study material comes from ICFP. Friends, you get for every module, you get concept books and workbooks. You get group projects. You get quizzes to solve every week. Right. As I was already mentioning, you get access to a world-class LMS where you can watch the session recordings later on. And then mock tests are there. There's no limit we've kept. You can attempt them as many times you want to do that. As I said already, that we provide personalized mentors who are CFP pass outs from here. Right. So a lot of things is in store because the idea is very, very clear. Whoever joins should become a CFP from ICUFP. Now, friends, now I'm coming to the fee of this program. Friends, there are two fees over here. One is the fees of the Financial Planning Standards Board, which is the agency which gives this certification for globally, right? So when it comes to the regular pathway, where I said you have 4 levels, the registration fee, which is valid for 1 year, is 18,000 rupees. FPSB also suggests to buy ebooks, the content from them, which we don't have to pay in lump sum. We can go on a piecemeal basis. So basically, level 1 to level 3 is 6,500 rupees. Once you want to go with level 1, you have to pay this much amount of money. And for CFP final, it is 13,000 rupees. Coming to exam fee now, as you know, in regular pathway, there are 4 levels, so there are 4 exams. The exam fee from level 1 to 3 is 8,000 rupees, and for final level is 13,000 rupees. I had mentioned to you about that there is a requirement of submission of financial plan in the final level. The fee for that is 12,000 rupees. Now, when it comes to specialist certification fee, that is another 10,000 rupees, 10,500 in fact. Okay, so friends, now interestingly, I'm going to introduce the CFP fast track pathway. Friends, this is a quicker method of completing the certification in 4 to 6 months. How does this happen? Friends, FPSP, the parent board, has given relaxation of people with similar kind of profiles with some experience as well. So if I want to put the education eligibility, friends, anyone who's a CFA from the CFA Institute USA, he's a CPA, he's an ACCA, he's a CMA, he's a CA from ICAI India, or even if he's not completed, he's an intern with 3 years of articleship. Plus, usually anybody who's an MBA and in any stream, MBA or PGDM in any stream from an AICT approved institution is or has the education eligibility. Now, along with this, if he also has, let's say, 3 years of experience working in BFSI sector, he is eligible to directly go for the final level. So basically, the fast track pathway, level 1, level 2, level 3 are exempted. So all you have to do is to fulfill the requirements of level 4, which is submission of financial plan and the final exam, one exam. And friends, as you understand that since this is a shorter part of the uh, program, definitely there's going to be a different way of approaching. Different way of approaching. So friends, for this pathway, we are going to give you roughly around 50 to 55 hours of sessions for all the modules I showed you so that you have an idea of it, and then we will build the final level things. So it's not going to be on day 1, we'll start with level 4 study. No, level 1, level 2, level 3, those 55 hours of interactive sessions with a lot of working has to be done. And in final level, friends, be it from regular pathway or let's say the fast track pathway, mentors are provided. You decide to go for an exam, you will have a mentor. We also keep on having these small cohort groups so that like-minded people who are going for the final level, they are in discussion mode. So we do a lot of these iterations as well, so that there's a kind of a community which is created, which is well versed with all the technicalities and the requirements of the BFSI industry today. Now, for the fast track pathway, friends, there is a validation fee by the FPSP board, which is 5,000 rupees. So I'm again sticking right now to FPSP, then before I go to ICFP fees. Okay. Then there's again a registration and FPSP content fee of 34,000. Okay. And then when it comes to the final level requirements, yes, there's a financial plan assessment for 12,000. You have to pay for it. Final exam for 13K and a certification requirement of 10,500. Eligibility experience requirements I've already told you. People who are have these requisite requirements, I would suggest you should straight away go with the fast track pathway. Right. Let's go now to the study fee of International College of Financial Planning. Friends, for the virtual learning pathway, right? In regular pathway, there are two. So for virtual learning, where you have the faculties coming in, there's a combined level 1 to level 4 fees of 60,000 rupees. Coming to e-learning, which is the DIY model, self-paced learning, a comprehensive combined fee of 45,000 rupees for the entire journey. Now, again, on the other side, when you look at the fast track pathway, the fees is 45,000 rupees. Okay. So then, since you have joined us today, we've had a pretty good discussion, friends. I hope we've got some pretty good understanding of things as we see it. This is the offer for today. Friends, a flat 10% discount on all the pathways. So regular pathway, virtual and e-learning, and then the fast track pathway. Along with that, friends, in the regular pathway, right, there is also, you will be given access to coupons worth 16,250 rupees. So Moti, your on a ballpark basis, your content fee reduces by 50%. So that's again coming with the offer today. Along with this, friends, while you are in your CFP journey, you should certainly also do some of NISM. So we are giving you access to NISM 5A, which is the mutual fund distributor module video lectures of 15 hours, which we sell on Udemy for a much higher price, like 5,000. And along with it, you're also getting 7 hours of uh, recorded sessions for learning stock trading. So friends, the offer for the today, friends, it goes up to, you can save around 32K, 32,000 rupees. If you go with regular pathway, where you get a discount of 6,000 and 16,250 with the on content fee plus the NISN 5A and this stock trading. So what you have to do now, friends, you have to take an action. You have to decide what you will do. You are going to pay us 10,000 rupees, and then we can arrange an EMI option at 0% for you in 60 EMIs. Of course, you can pay us lump sum, right? So you have both the options available. Uh, we all are open to take your questions now, but you can certainly note down this number 97114 3779, and you can talk to our counselors if you have anything else apart from what we discussed today. There's also a scanner on the right. If you feel, you can book your seat using that. So this is the end, friends, of my presentation. Thank you so much. Vinaya, over to you.
Thank you so much, Rishi. Friends, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box, or you can also raise your hand and I'll unmute you one by one, where you can directly ask your question from Rishi sir. Yes, Saurabh,
Varun, medium of...
okay,
Yes,
so
Vinaya.
yeah, Saurabh ji, we will provide you, help you to get your 1 year internship done. That's not a issue.
Kanaya, should we take the questions from the chat
Yes,
now?
yes, we can take the question.
Okay. Uh, okay. Can we have a true live demo class, Wilson? We can share recordings with you, Wilson, from a very recent session that has happened, let's say, last week. So we can do that certainly with you. What would be the exam pattern in fast track pathway? My dear friend Manu, Manu, this is a 3 hour exam, 100 marks, where you get 50 questions. So there will be 25 conceptual questions of 1 mark each. And then there is a case study that is given to you, which is basically a financial plan. Okay. Where you have to answer 25 questions related to the case study. So this is the pattern of the exam. So the pattern is same for the exam. It's the same for both regular pathway and fast track. There's no difference in that. Okay. I would like to apply, but want live class for tax planning from module 2. Of course, we do tax planning. That is part of the module in that 55 hours I told you. Plus, there are also tax planning refresher sessions once you land in the level 4. I mean, when we start with the level 4 studies. Medium of learning, Varun, it's going to be, it's online, it is English, right? With, of course, some words of Hindi, but 70-80% it's going to be English only. Uh, any negative marking? No, Manu, there's no negative marking. Not at all. Okay. Uh, Course for a person in a regular government job, how will you help him for internship thing? Harshji, please understand that we have the flexibility whereby what we do is typically that we can do it on a hybrid basis whereby we can give you some tasks to do. Shikhar, just 1 second. Let me just address Harshji once. So what I'm saying is that we can give you some task and then we'll give you some days to do. Okay, fine. You can maybe work on that on the weekend. So that way, Harshji, it's pretty much win-win for both of us, right? And many are doing it right now. So it's some of them are doing. One of them is doing it from Hyderabad. One is doing from Bangalore. They are in their respective professions, but they are doing their 1 year articleship with us. Okay. Vignesh, yes, as I said, 80% in uh, English, and then that's the way. If I'm not wrong, we need to submit proper planning assessment except exams. So what is exactly, and there is marks. That is, they might have an internal assessment, Manu, but this is a submission we have to do. Of course, we provide you hand-holding and support in that also to prepare the financial plan. So that is on us. I think, one second. So fees, I'll go back, guys. I'll just show you the fees once more. Uh, Christian, can you just give an idea of the fees to everybody? Can you just mention it, and I can go back to that? Then I'll take up other questions because there are some questions on the fees.
So we can go back to the fees slide, you see.
Yes.
Yeah. For for virtual learning, that is live interactive class, the course fee is 60,000 rupees. For e-learning, that is self-recorded classes, you can study at your own pace, and that is fee is 45,000 rupees. Similarly, the fast track pathway, the fee is 45,000 rupees. If you join today, you will get a 10% discount, as Rishi sir mentioned. So this is the fee that you are paying to the ICFP. Rishi, if you can also take us through the core.
FPSB.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. So this is the regular pathway, friends.
yeah, this is the regular pathway fee. The thing is that you don't have to pay all the fee at one go. The way you proceed in your program, like once you enroll, you have to register with the board. At that time, you have to pay 18,000 rupees. Then FPSV books fee. So books fee you don't have to pay at one go. Once you register for the level one, you pay the book fee, that is 6,500 rupees. Similarly for level 2 and level 3 at the time of examination. Same, the examination fees also you have to pay when you are registering for the examination. Financial plan assessment, that is a part of level 4, and a specialist certification when you complete your uh, right. So Rishi, when do you pay this specialist certification fee, in at the time of
In
registration or
regular
what?
pathway, no, no, no. This is basically once you complete the three levels. So you're done with three
Okay.
levels, you're going with the final. Then you have to pay
Right.
this specialist certification. And I think there is one question here by someone saying that is there placement opportunities, sir? Absolutely. In fact, I have openings right now, and I'm actually searching resumes within the system for people who are experienced and for people who are freshers. So definitely, I mean, last week we submitted at least 8 resumes to a wealth management firm based out of Singapore. Now, I don't want to name, but you can understand which firm will that be. Okay. No, there is no time limit, my dear friend, whoever has asked this question, 1 year or so. The point is that, of course, we try to ensure that you are able to clear it within 1 year, right? And uh, Kanaya, have I missed any questions? If you can look at,
Yeah,
we've
so
not
there are
addressed.
questions. How long is the ICP LMS accessible for preparation? This will be with you for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, friends, it is 2 years, but the L4 anyways is complimentary in terms of we don't really look at how long you take L4 because this is what we've done a bit of kept it a little stringent so that we have everybody out of the system within 1 year or maximum 2 years. Fast track mode. Yes, I'll do that. This is for the fast track, Bhushan. Om Rajput, good scope are mostly taken. Om, that is what I was explaining, sir, today. The trend is changing. The trend is really changing. In fact, this is the future. Advisory in any shape and size will be required. Things are very complex. You do a DIY thing, Om ji, hota kya hai? We'll start investing. Then when the markets went down, we don't know where do we have to go. So at the end of the day, nothing has happened. No, the experience is so bad, but that will not take us forward. If we have to, as Indians, become wealthy, advisory in some shape has to come in. The BFSI industry understands that. हो सकता है they don't really charge you a fee, but they are trying to take it out some way or the other from you. right? Nitin, it's the same. Oh, Nehru Place is our, I mean, that is the place which is our registered office for Bajaj Capital and ICFP. Our parent organization is Bajaj Capital. But we are right now present in Okhla. Our campus is in Okhla.
Rishi, if you can take the,
Is it a
can you explain
huh,
CFP versus RIA?
please? Yes, Kanaya?
Can you explain?
Explain
Right.
CFP versus RIA. Yes. Saurabh RIA is basically the full form is Registered Investment Advisor. So this is uh, I mean, this is a license that is provided by Securities Exchange Board of India, SEBI. That okay, fine. Let's say Saurabh you are entitled to practice fee-based advisory in India, right? So there is a requirement because RIA you have to apply. What is the requirement? They've actually lowered down the requirement with effective from January 25. So now anybody who's a graduate who has zero experience and he's done the requisitions 10A 10B, he can become an RIA. The Certified Financial Planner program, friends, is the technical skills out of it. This is a program which is going to help you to understand financial planning. It's the gold standard, and you are a CFP for life, my dear friends. Globally, I'm once I mean I can of course move to a different country and of course fulfill their requirements, but that's it. So that is all about it. So CFP is the technical qualification. Once you have pursued CFP, you can then decide whether you want to go with the commission-based model or a fee-based model. So then, how do you really want to go with it? Possibility of risk of AI can replace financial specialists. Chitra Banu Jayaraman ji, sir, what I would request is you should track some of these blogs that we write. Chitra ji, the point is that AI can, as I said, you take AI, that is probably like a fintech, right? So they know what kind of a client you are, what was the last thing you bought, so on and so forth. But for the very serious elements, for the major goals of life, right? You need the hand holding of an advisor. You need conviction. Machines can't convince me. Today, can ChatGPT convince me? No. I need the trust. I need the hand holding. I need the support of someone who says, yes, this is doable. Let's execute it. This is a human psychology. This is human. So there's a big difference, friend, my dear friend. G, what's the next? Yes, Arvind, we have to renew it. But again, the point is, Arvind, that just to give you a smart point on this, that if you are, let's say, someone who is a self-practitioner, right? It's quite possible that you might require it every year just to showcase to your clients. But if you're working in an organization, if they don't have a requirement to renew it, then you can maybe skip once or twice in between. But of course, periodically you have to renew it. Bhushan, I don't know your question. Maybe we'll unmute you. Just wait. How can I enhance CFP with some other solution? Omji, I would suggest first you complete your CFP or let me know or let us know, my counselor know what's your skill set. Then we'll be able to guide you better. Maybe nothing is required. 5 years experience. Nilofarji, please, of course, this is a value add. You are only right now product based, only focused on mutual funds. Get to the multi product advisory. That is the in thing, that is the requirement today. Experience wise, yeah. So, CBD points to, yeah, of course, Chitra Bhanuji. See, it's basically Chitraji that they've made a very interesting way of getting the CPD points. So in a year, you have to attend some sessions. Like for example, they will have 4 to 6 sessions every year, which you have to attend. You get some CPD points there. You have to read the journals, and you have to submit quizzes within the journals. Right? That's the point. Is the technical course technical? Sorry, Nitin, I don't understand. Can you just elaborate on this? Acha, Kanaya Bhushanji wants to be unmuted. He needs some clarity if that is to be provided.
So that is not fundamental. That's a technical analysis program,
Acha,
and
okay. Yes.
yeah. So where you understand the derivative and technical analysis, both the things.
Yes. So Nitin, Kanaya has already answered you. Uh, Kanaya, if you can unmute Bhushan once.
Thank you, Rishiji, for taking my question, and thank you for your time. Rishiji, I'm basically a commerce graduate, and I've completed my post-graduation diploma in supply chain management. I mean, and side by side, I also started, financial consulting, not exactly by, charging as a consultancy fee, but as a, free of cost. But I'm also a mutual fund distributor. So, do I have to choose the regular way or I'm eligible for fast track pathway right now?
Uh, uh, you said that you are an MFD. So for how many years you are in MFD, sir?
It's I think 2 years are completed. I mean, it's the third year now.
Hmm. So in terms of you are a graduate, right? As you said.
I'm a commerce graduate and I've done
Uh,
post graduation diploma in supply chain.
Right. So the thing is that fast track with, as I explained to you, we need either a management graduate or a chart you any of the finance specialist. So then I would
Hmm.
advise you go with the regular pathway. You have experience, but I think education may you said supply chain management में कुछ है ना, right? That's what you said,
Right.
right? So what I would say to be a double check, though I feel that I suggest you go with regular pathway, but एक बार अपना resume just send it to the
Sure.
counselors. We'll just have a look at it once. Push.
Okay. Okay. And like in this fast way or the regular way, you said that we can pay this in EMI without any interest. That's
Yes.
very much possible. And the third question is, since I really want to get into a completely, into consultancy and, some sort of financial planning way. So, can you guide me how can I go ahead after getting this CFP, and how can I make my career bright in future?
So, as I was just mentioning briefly, Bhushanji, there are two ways. In fact, there are multiple ways, but I just tell you two or three ways actually. One is that you get employed with the firm, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the BFSI, one of the entities, maybe any of the AMCs or insurance firms or let's say brokers, advisors, wealth managers, private bankers, so on and so forth. Right. In your case, since it's a transition from let's say supply chain management that you said, you are a commerce graduate, right? So if it could be that you will maybe have to start from start because they will say this is a career transition with experience, of course. The other side is if you want to start your own practice. So then there are two ways of doing it. One is the commission based and second is the fee based. For fee based, you have to register yourself as an RIA with SEBI, right? And on the other side is this 5A that we are giving you right now. You are anyways a mutual fund distributor, right?
Right.
Right. So, Bhushanji, you can expand this into full-time things because we have many mutual fund distributors who are doing CFP to expand their, the kind of serviceability they provide to client, both length and the breadth.
So can I have both CFP and RIA?
Of course, there is no conflict here, sir.
And suppose if I become an RIA, then there is a certain percent that we have to charge from the customer. So uh, I cannot, I mean, at the same moment, I cannot have both of these options practicing together for one particular client.
Yeah,
Can I?
those are things. Yes, you can't take till now. The rule is you can't take commission and fee both. But
Hmm.
as I'm telling you, the future is they might open it up. They're getting very SEBI is now getting very dynamic to really see that RIA is a very noble and a very workable profession in India, as I'm talking to you right now. Right. So they're making some changes. They've made some changes, as I was saying, this year they made some changes. So Bhushanji, what I would suggest is let's have a one-on-one discussion on this because maybe
Hmm. Yeah, because
we'll
I
have
have
to.
few,
Yeah.
I
Yes,
have few
yes.
more questions. So I think
Yes, yes,
having a
yes.
call will help.
Let's do that. Yes,
Thank you,
let's do
Rishi.
that.
Thank you,
Sure,
Rishi.
sure, sure.
Yogta ji, you can unmute yourself.
Sure, thank you so much. So, thank you for the great session, Rishi ji. My
Thank
question
you.
is that I am MBA in finance. I've also done CA intern, and I have almost a decade of experience. I've worked with multiple AMCs. Now I am investment coach. I'm training MFDs on various perspectives. So, considering the profile that I can go for the fast track way, I'm also
Yes.
pursuing CFA. My level 1 is in February 2026.
Mhm.
So, do you think pursuing CFP could be an addition for me?
Absolutely. Because when you say that you are motamoti, that I understand, you are, and you have an aim of becoming a coach, or you are already doing it, right? Right now that you're coaching, and coaching, in fact, is a very, it's a big profession, and I think it's a big profession that's becoming for many of us. So there, when you are going to, let's say, coach on personal finance, a CFP definitely adds value. It shows the people that you are a specialist, you are a technicalist. It's not someone that you've learned, Yogita, from experience, or finfluencers, right? What is the difference between finfluencers and CFPs? They are ones who know catchy words. They might read some concepts and they might, just put it on YouTube and so on. There is no credibility. And that's why SEBI is taking action against them. Right. But if you are someone who is technically qualified, you have a CFP, you want to run your own channel and so on and so forth. Absolutely. Because see, in all this fitment, my dear friend, you're an MBA finance, but that I am an MBA finance myself. But can I really say I'm a specialist in personal finance? No. My specialization was corporate finance. CFA again goes towards corporates. Where is the personal finance element? That is CFP. So recognition comes only when you have these gold standard certifications and how you want to take it forward. It's an excellent opportunity, Yogita, if you've started. I would certainly like to have a word with you to see what's your thought process on how you go ahead. Because yes, financial coaching is a big business now. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Nitinji, you can unmute yourself.
Uh, Thank you very much, Krishna, and thank you, Sir Rishi, sir. This really eye opener. It's really like very much I enjoyed. My only
Thank you.
concern is that right now I'm having around 25 years of teaching experience in the university, and I'm about to complete PhD also. I have MBA Finance, MCom. My thing is that long back, for around 5 years, I was working as agent, you can say, with Kotak Mahindra Life Insurance. And also, in my wife's name, I have run LIC agency also for 5 years. But I have worked totally. I have worked, and till date, I'm happy that I'm getting some benefits out of that. My only thing is, so will that be counted in the experience, or it will not be counted because it was long
Uh,
back, around
yes.
2005 till 2009 or 10.
नितिन जी, what I would suggest is, as I was telling the other gentleman, आप अपना resume भेज दीजिए. We'll just have a
ठीक है.
look at it. We'll get it once just softly looked at by the board, so that we are very sure that what we are telling you is the correct thing, right?
ओके. सेकंड थिंग इज दैट एज यू वर मेंशनिंग कि आप चाहे तो बाद में फाइनेंशियल कोच बन सकते हैं, क्योंकि मैं ऑलरेडी यूनिवर्सिटी टीचिंग में हूँ, तो डेफिनेटली आई वुड लाइक टू रिटायर फ्रॉम दैट ओनली जब भी होगा. तो ये फाइनेंशियल कोचिंग क्या मैं साइमल्टेनियसली या मैं अपने आप को फाइनेंशियल प्लानर एज अ सेपरेट बिजनेस शुरू कर सकता हूँ?
आप कर सकते हैं नितिन जी. If you're working in a university right now, sir, I hope you are working
हम्म.
as a
यस,
as a
आई एम
as a
वर्किंग.
yes. So what I would also stress is this particular certification will also help you. Maybe you're working in a university which is, let's say, you are working in a college which is affiliated to a university. I'm just assuming. So
यस यस.
you can guide your teams to start with such courses, skill-based finance courses, which you can design
ओके.
because you will have the technical qualification. You can bring in business in your system right now, sir.
ओके.
That
And
way is
my
also.
question, I also put one question on the board that once we complete this CFP, maybe fast track or whatever, so will there be any sort of guidance that how we can build our part-time or like freelance business into this field?
Nitin ji, just to, as I'm sure you're aware that our parent organization is in Bajaj Capital,
Yes.
right? They are the specialists in this business on how do you set up your own advisories. So
Ah,
definitely in the journey, my dear friend, we have these sessions, value add sessions where people from not only Bajaj Capital, from outside also, our alums also, they come and they explain how have they really set up their practice, what is value adding to them right now, how are they going to change it. So that journey में रहेगा sir, because exposure होगा.
ठीक है सर. But there is no need to go for separately module 2 training, na? Once we are going to cover 50 hours training here.
मॉड्यूल 2 इज नहीं द
टैक्स
50
प्लानिंग,
आवर्स
मेनली
इज
टैक्स प्लानिंग.
नहीं 50 आवर्स में आपको टैक्स प्लानिंग भी आएगा एंड देन आफ्टर दैट आल्सो व्हेन यू गो टू CFP फाइनल स्टडीज दोस केस स्टडीज एंड ऑल देयर आल्सो टैक्स विल बी देयर and refreshes so you will have an understanding of it, don't worry on that. We will ensure you
Okay,
have
done,
that.
done, done, done. And sir,
And
timing of the classes
yeah,
on weekend for fast track?
this is going to be weekends is going to be evening, Saturdays and Sunday morning. Sundays it could be we might stretch it to 3 hours just to see that we are able to complete the course much earlier. So Sunday morning commitment and Saturday evening 2 hours, 7:30 in the evening.
Okay, that I think Krishna sir will be able to send us the
Yes,
details.
yes, 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 yes. He
Done,
will do
done.
that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, Ji. Thank you, Nitin.
Yes, Bharatji, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, Mr. Rishi, for such an insightful and wonderful session on CFE.
Thank you, Bharat.
So, what I want to know, as you told, this is a gold standard certification and open for 28 territories, right? So, if I want to practice in US, Canada, or Australia, so is there any particular uh, taxation related exams or such things need to be cleared
Yes,
for
yes,
practicing?
yes, yes, yes. So, for example, if I want to put it this way, as you rightly asked, that taxation is different. So the base is same. What is going to happen that you can take a letter of good, letter of good conduct from the FPSP Board India, which they give it. There's no problem there. And when you take it land to the next geography where CFP is there you have to then fulfill the requisitions, which in terms of could be, let's say in Singapore, I think they ask for a financial plan submission again because they want to see your taxation grip. So you have to study on taxation. So ऐसा है. So for example, Australia could be so slightly you have to fulfill their obligations, but the base is the same that we are studying here because Bharatji, there is some portion of global education that comes with it. It's not only Indianized completely, there is global things as well. So then you are anyways getting some exposure in this journey in India.
Okay, thank you so much for clarifying. Second query I have is the that the CFP certification charges, is it mandatory to pay every year, or if do not do that, then what will happen in that scenario?
See, I think they have they while they say that you have to let's say revalidate it every year. But as I said that sometimes people who are working in organizations, they can skip it for 1 year or so, 2 years or so. But mota moti, I think I'll check it once and let you know. But I think वो 5 years का एक है. If you don't renew in 5 years, then maybe you will have to reappear for the examination. They maybe disqualify. They keep on, sometimes they keep on changing these rules. But this is the last rule that I know that so mota moti, what happens is many of our people actually renew it in 2 3 years, but you have to pay the fee. It's not that you don't have to pay the fee, but of course you can take a break of it. That fine, I will do it later. I'm right now busy in my own set of things. So
And what is the fees right now?
uh, I think it's 10,500. In fact, I have to renew my certification on I think last of September. So I got a notification on that. I think 10,500 के आसपास है.
So it is a must that need to be done every year. You can
See,
skip in between, but the
I'll
charges.
tell you, Bharatji, I'm doing it because it's a very critical requirement for my profession. But as I said, that if you're working with, or maybe let's say you have your own firm in a city where clients really trust you, so on and so forth. So maybe you might skip it for 1 year, say, okay, fine, I'll take it next to next year. I don't want it every year. So my watch is good. But ideally,
No,
yes, yes.
no. What that got your point. So what I mean to say, how does that makes impact in terms of you're having, matlab you're already renewing for every year and you're skipping in between. So in terms of for a client, can they validate it? Is there a way to validate?
See, yes, there is a way to validate it. Yes, I can. We are provided credentials, right? We have a registration. We have a credential, which is I can share it with anyone. I have it on my phone. So then if a client wants it, I can share it. Because please understand, Bharatji, usually clients which are wealthy, they do a double check on the credentials because of our fiduciary responsibilities, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that is there on the FPSP website. Your name will be there on the board site.
Also
And
there.
there will be a separate URL for your certification also.
Yes,
Certificate
yes,
also.
yes.
So if someone does not pay the fee for a year, so what will be the status will be showing in that case?
No,
Most
in that
probably,
case, sorry, yes, Kanaya, you continue, please.
yeah, so most probably your name will be removed from the board.
Okay, so name will not appear as a CFP,
Right,
right?
right.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. So, yeah, Captain Venkat, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon. My question is that if a person is having online MBA certification, is he allowed to take a fast track CPA program?
Yes, sir. Yeah. If this is recognized by UGC
Yeah,
or
yeah,
AICTE,
Nasimanji.
right? So this is you're eligible.
Okay.
Education wise, you're eligible. For experience wise, if you are from the financial background with 3 years of experience, minimum 3 years, you are eligible for the fast track.
No. That is what I'm asking. Without experience, with MBA, is it eligible?
No, no, sir. So the criteria is you have to fulfill the education plus experience. Both the criteria you have to fulfill. Education wise, you are eligible. For experience, the minimum criteria is to 3 years of work experience, or you must be a CA, CFA, CPA. Sorry,
Yes, CFA, CPA. If you have
sorry.
CFAs also, it is okay.
No, I mixed two things. Uh, so education wise, CA, CFA or MBA finance, that is okay. But experience wise, you have to be have minimum 3 years of work ex in the BFSI sector.
No, that means the slide is wrong, because education-wise, even 10 plus 2 is okay.
That is for the regular pathway. I'm talking about the fast track.
So
Regular pathway,
fast track, there are two ways to fulfill. That is, one is education plus the experience. The education has to be in the either PG or the professional certification plus 3 years in the BFSI. Is that right?
right, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Saurabh ji, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. This is sir is there. He has left.
I'm there. I think
Sorry,
I'm
sir.
visible.
Sir, yeah. My question is basically that I
Yes.
have I'm MBA, BTech plus MBA, and around more than 10 years of experience in FP&A, both in manufacturing and IT sector. The challenge is that if I want to, I have lot of uh, expertise. I would say interest towards the BFSI sector. Okay, but when I want to apply to any job in BFSI because of my experience of already more than 10 years and I'm in corporate finance, I'm not getting much opportunity in BFSI. After doing the CFP certification, will I get the opportunity and will I get the value addition of my previous experience as well?
Your previous experiences into, you were saying
FP&A.
corporate finance,
FP&A.
FPA.
FP&A is
Okay.
basically financial. FP&A majorly
Ah,
in manufacturing sector.
okay. FPA in manufacturing sector. Okay. So your understanding of those budgets and balance sheets and all is pretty good, right?
Yes.
What I would suggest is, Saurabh, मुझे लगता है कि wealth side में something can work out for you. Because what's going to happen, Saurabh, please understand that clients don't always have a single requirement. They have many kind of requirements. So apart from the wealth, if they also have, let's say, small firms where they don't want to really, let's say, hire or maybe have a team of chartered accountant or something like that, you can of course help them in that. So then that can give you an advantage that, because usually मैंने देखा नहीं है कि some FP experienced guy wants to get into CFP, तो ये unique combination है. But I feel because you are experienced in finance, that adds value in terms of that. Yes, when I get the technical skills, I can be a good advisor. मुझे ऐसे दिखता है. That's what I can see.
Just to add one more thing here, sir, Rishi sir, that I'm also MFT. I have not taken my name, it's wife name, and I'm also dealing with the client from last 5 years and advising them in for mutual fund. So as I mentioned, this is my interest of wealth management, investment advisor is my interest. No, even I don't have the experience.
So it's always like this, my dear friend, sort of that sometimes see we do things in life which we are okay with, but there are certain things that we love or we like. And that is
Hmm.
a passion. That is not a career, that's actually a passion. So um, I mean, sort of you have to decide how do you want to go with it.
Okay, okay, sure. No, problem. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Okay,
right
Ji,
answer.
thank you. All the best.
Uh, uh, Rishi, one more query. So, I'm a commerce graduate, also an MBA, but in HR. And for the last 5 years, I'm a mutual fund distributor and around more than 15 years into insurance advisory, right? It's a ID insurance agent. So in this scenario, am I eligible for first track?
So you are an MFT, right? You said. So
Yeah,
that
MFT for last 5 years.
yes. So I think that is going to help as an experience because that is a core experience in BFSI. But of course, the firm is in I mean, that you have the ARN in your name, right? So
Yes, yes,
Bharat.
in my name.
Ah.
In my name.
So I think just what I would suggest is just share your resume with Krishan and his team, and they'll get back very soon to you.
So ARN in my name, also the IDA license insurance, that is also in my name.
Yeah, yeah. So just send every detail that you have so that let us just look at it and let's give you the best proposition in terms of if there's anything else that we can also do with this.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thanks,
I
Saurabh,
can
Nitin.
answer
Yeah,
any question unanswered. I think it's time to wind up the session. It's been 1 o'clock. So with this, thank you so much, everyone. This is the number 9711437779.
9.
In case if we have missed any question, you can call on this number. They can connect you with the receiver directly. My program advisor will connect you with the receiver. Or if you are willing to enroll, you can call on this number. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rishi. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Kanaya Christian. Thanks a lot, everybody, to be here. And we had a good session, by the way, guys. Good questions coming in. So loved to be here. Thank you. All the best. Bye. Thanks, Bhushan. Bye.